Hey guys, welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're just joining us, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The coalition of northern groups, CNG, has written an open letter to President Bola Tinubu while decrying the lopsidedness of his appointment and his failure to attend to sundry issues affecting the country. The CNG, in a release obtained by Sahara reporters on Tuesday, reminded Tinubu that despite efforts by the former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration and the ruling All Progressive Congress to sabotage Tinubu, they not stood firm and gave him more than 60% of the votes. The Northern Coalition, in the release by Abdulaziz Suleiman, the CNG spokesperson, told President Tinubu to reconsider his choices as well as the current inadequate palliatives being shared out by his government and ease the financial burden on the citizens. The coalition said, Your Excellency may recall that in the lead-up to the All Progressive Congress APC primary elections, one of the key factors that paved the way for your emergence as the presidential flag bearer of the party was the support of some northern governors who insisted on a shift of power to specifically the southwest. At that time, Your Excellency's candidates faced a major obstacle in the form of resistance from some northern politicians who feared that a southern president would further marginalize their region. Yet, these governors, who were mostly from the north, west, and northeast, persisted that a shift of power to the southwest would help to foster national unity, even as some northern politicians accused them of betrayal and of putting their personal interests ahead of the larger northern agenda. And remember that you are the primaries. The delegates from every selection of the country voted for you in solidarity against the gang-up of dictator elites. And in the build-up to the secondary election of February 22, despite efforts by both the government in power at the time and your own party, the All Progressive Congress, to sabotage your success, the Nigerian people stood firm and gave you massive votes, with northern Nigerians giving you more than 60% of the votes. The northern masses at the time demonstrated their belief in Your Excellency's ability to lead. Their votes were a clear indication that they saw you as a viable candidate and believed in your vision for the country. It is, therefore, with a heavy heart that we bring to your attention the pervasive frustration, hunger, and anger being felt by many in the country just 3 months into your administration. Furthermore, some sections of the country are already raising concerns over perceived lopsidedness in your appointment to key positions in the government. As a leader who ran on a platform of change and inclusivity, it is crucial that these pervasive feelings of frustration and hunger is addressed. There is a need to urgently put in place policies and programs that will bring relief and restore hope in the people. Your administration must be seen as one that listens to the voices of the people and acts accordingly. Additionally, we urge you to pay attention to the concerns raised over perceived lopsidedness in your appointment. It is important that key positions are held by qualified individuals, regardless of their ethnic or religious background. The unity and progress of the country depend on fairness and equity in all areas, including governance. Secondly, Secondly, we wish to bring to you your we wish to bring to your attention a crucial issue that affects millions of students in the country. Despite your recent directive for the status quo of school fees to be maintained in universities and tertiary institutions, most higher institutions have hiked their fees, causing immense hardship for students and their families. The current situation is alarming, as millions of students are unable to meet up with the exorbitant fees being charged by these institutions. As a result, many students are forced to drop out of school, abandoning their dreams of getting an education and fulfilling their potential. It is crucial that urgent action be taken to address this issue. Students are the future of our country, and they deserve access to quality education without undue financial burden. While we recognize the need for universities and tertiary institutions to generate revenue, it should not be at the expense of students' education. We, therefore, appeal to you to act to ensure that institutions comply with your directives to maintain the status quo of fields and take appropriate measures to penalize institutions that violate this directive. We also urge you to exploit alternative ways of funding tertiary education to reduce the over-reliance on tuition fees. Thirdly, we wish to respectfully draw your attention to the fact that the current palliatives approved to ease the pains of the removal of fuel subsidy are grossly inadequate. As a result, they are only aiding to the public frustration and agitation by causing a reluctant rise in market prices of commodities. Make anybody not complain. No. Make una not complain. Now be the only thing when I go talk for here. This is not the time to complain. We move. So guys, you've all heard it now. What's your take on this? Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.